Hey guys, what's up? It's Frank, and what I'm going to show you in a second is a team call from today's Monday meeting. And what you're going to see on this call is it's Monday. We live in the mid-Atlantic, it's winter, so we had all kinds of things going on, like my kid's running around because he's got a cold and everything else. But the point is, the Super Bowl was last night, and what I think the Super Bowl is an indication of kind of where we are as a country. It's one of those things where everyone's hunkered around their TVs with food, kind of watching what the world wants us to see. And what we talked about in the video is we have this unique moment where the wind is at our back. And I talked about what that can mean for a business, for a sector, and for people within the company and what it can mean for their career. So take a look and see what you think.
Recording in progress.
What was last night's big event?
Super Bowl.
The halftime show.
I thought the halftime show was awesome. Did anybody else like it?
Yeah.
I loved it.
I thought Janet Jackson was fantastic.
Yeah, I think that was one of the best ones we've had in a while.
The point I wanted to drive at with the Super Bowl was this. Clearly, there was an awesome halftime. I was bummed out OBJ got hurt. He was having a hell of a first half. Fun thing, universally aligns people. The commercials. What are the commercials reflective of? One is society. The commercials are built to talk to society. They are meant to be awe-inspiring. Does anyone know what the average TV commercial costs for a Super Bowl? Not to film, just to buy the ad space, a 30-second ad spend.
A couple million.
Just under 7. The most expensive was over 7. The average was 6.7 million. So if we're going to talk to society, let's talk about that. The other thing it represents is the economy. Who's old enough to remember the 1999 Super Bowl? Anybody?
Oh.
What was it? Does anyone remember what it was referred to as? Not the game, the actual ads in the Super Bowl. It was the .com Super Bowl. What happened in 2000? 99 and 2000 Super Bowls were both nuts with advertisements. Does anyone remember what happened in 2000? Well, there was Y2K, but then in 2000, there was the 2000 tech bubble. So what I noticed last night, if you were going to break the commercials down thematically, what were the commercials?
In my opinion, they're going after a different demographic yesterday. They were going after a millennial target base, going off nostalgia. I noticed that theme in both, like almost half the commercials.
I would agree the crypto commercial is pretty interesting, like scan the TV.
Big takeaways: crypto, electric. What was another big takeaway? Did anybody else see the Rocket Mortgage, Rocket Homes ad? Does anyone know what that's called? That's peak market. These are the good times in our business. They are. We have the wind at our back. We're 13 years into a recovery. This is not the way it always feels. The wind is not at your back in real estate. The wind is not at your back in development for all the time. I can look at John, I can look at Eddie, I can look at people who've been around for a lot of years, and they can tell you that it's usually a fairly bumpy ride in real estate. And what I think is that when people are making fun of how expensive houses are, there's probably a closing window. So we're an opportunistic company. What do you think my takeaways are based upon that messaging?
We need to capitalize while we can.
Does it feel as if it's in line with what we talked about 2 weeks ago? We talked about we have a unique opportunity, the wind is at our back, we're at the back end of a recovery. All these different things are going right for us. And I think Super Bowl ads proved it. And that's kind of it. It's kind of a social commentary on what we've already known, that the real estate market is crazy.
So that was it. It's a quick summary about what we think is happening in the world because of what the Super Bowl is telling us and how to read the tea leaves and connect the dots. If there's something someone would have told me as a kid, and I think is valuable today, it's look at how to connect the dots. Why do you read the Wall Street Journal when you're 20? There's not a sports section. Nobody wants to read the Wall Street Journal. But you read it because you start to understand things that are well beyond you. And if you do it in your 20s and your 30s, by the time you're in your mid to late 40s like me, and it happens way sooner than that, you start to see trends. And those are the things that I think Super Bowl tells us. There's trends. So to that end, that was that video. And I think there's some really good nuggets in there that hopefully you can employ. See ya.